Welcome to your Monday mood for the week of August 10th through August 16th. Not that anyone asked, but just so you guys know, I'm highly regimented as a Virgo. So that's why I'm always in my workout gear, because after I do this, I go on my hike every Monday. So that's why you see me often wearing the same thing, because, anyways. With that being said, today is August 10th, and we are actually in a pretty lengthy void course moon. Void course moon is when the moon is moving from one sign to the other. So it was in Cancer, and now it's moving on over to Leo because we will have a solar eclipse on the 12th. And so when the moon is moving, it is in what we consider a void. It is in between. So Monday is Moon Day, and the moon is in this nebulous space. So if you find yourself emotionally feeling a little kind of like floaty, maybe you might have some weird conversations, maybe you just feel a little like ungrounded, that could be contributed to the fact that the moon is in between, especially if you have prominent Cancer or Pisces placement. So if you have a Pisces moon, a Cancer rising, a Pisces rising, you might feel this more significantly. I've also noticed with myself, I have Cancer in my 12th house. I can always pick up a void course moon. The energy just feels a little off. So that's the beginning of the week. And then, like I said, the biggest thing that's happening is we have a solar eclipse, because the South Node in Leo will be getting eclipsed by the moon will be getting eclipsed by the sun. Now, it's a new moon, so we're not going to really see it in terms of it being a lunar eclipse, right? That's a little bit more of a visual thing. But it's also not visible in America. I think it's visible, or it's eclipsing like in Spain. So that area of the world may see something more specific for the collective in terms of this Leo energy. Leo does have to do with leaders. So we could see some type of shift or change in leadership of some sort on a bigger scale. Eclipses are destined points. They're things that happen, whether we are planning for them to happen or not, and it kind of brings things in or releases things, especially with it being in the South Node, okay? So it is a new moon, so that is usually a time of like creation or like starting planting a seed. So it could be the beginning of something, right? Where it's like, oh, this shifted around, or oh, this changed, or oh, this is something new that we are dealing with, a new role, right? Leo. So looking at where Leo is in your chart, you can see where this eclipse may specifically be approaching you. It is in my first house, so I'm really like, I don't know. I feel like it has a lot to do with maybe how I show up in my connections, because it is opposing my 7th house. So I don't know, we're going to see, because that's what eclipses do. It will show you. You don't have to go searching for it. So with that also being said, it's not a time to manifest. It's a time to just let things be revealed to you. So don't feel any pressure. Just kind of see what happens. But it is a significant energy. Eclipses are big, right? Eclipses go back in the day when our ancestors would really just look at the sky and use the sky to give us insight and understanding of the world around us. And they would just see these eclipses happening, and they'd be like, well, something big is happening. And so it's that same kind of concept, like something big is happening, as above, so below. But what that looks like is going to be different for the individual, but as a collective, like I said, let's look at those themes of Leo. Leo has to do with identity, leadership, rulers, right? Kings, king makers, right? As well as how we, like our performance, how we perform, how we show up, the roles that we play, our creativity, our sense of like self, how we shine our light. So you might see those themes within yourself, like maybe you're showing up differently, or maybe there's an identity that doesn't really feel comfy to you anymore. Maybe you're showing up more prominently in a certain role or identity. There might be a creative project that you're releasing, or you feeling like really fired up about, and like, you know what, now is the time I'm ready to put this out here. You may find yourself literally performing, okay? Like depending on who you are, what you do. This would be a great time, and you might see big shifts around that as well. You know, especially if you are a performer or you do something in the creative space, or that is how people see you or know you as. So yeah, eclipses, big deal. So just pay attention to where you're seeing changes in your life, and then go and cross-reference it with where Leo is in your chart. And you might be like, well, that makes gosh darn sense. As above, so below. The other thing that is happening this week, tomorrow, Mars, the planet of action, ambition, movement, is moving into Cancer, which it doesn't love being there. Cancer is moody boots. Cancer is very internal, very emotional, very driven by feelings, and Mars just kind of likes to get things done. And Cancer and Mars can kind of slow that process down a little bit because it injects emotionality. When we get in our feels, we know that sometimes that can cause us to move in a different way, or move slowly, or move in different, like day to day, right? Cancer is ruled by the moon. So day to day, you might feel more energetic, or this day you're feeling like, I don't want to do shit. Or this day you have an attitude, and then the next day you don't. And then like, so just be mindful of your desires to take action. They're going to be affected by that Cancerian energy. So our moods, our feelings. So it can get a little messy, right? With Mars in Cancer. It doesn't enjoy being there. But c'est la vie. Gambit just knocked the camera. Anything else sticking out? That's the other dog getting his bark on. Yeah, of course there's some like aspects that are happening. Mercury is going to be conjunct Jupiter on Saturday. So Mercury just moved into Leo yesterday. So speaking up, having conversations, there might be something that like is illuminated in a positive way, I would say, on Saturday with our relationships. The moon is going to move into Libra. Venus is in Libra. So there's going to be that kind of vibe happening. And then the Jupiter Mercury conjunction. So there could be some type of growth or expansion within our connections and conversations that we have on Saturday. I'm kind of liking that astrology. So let's get into the tarot. Okay, so we have a solar eclipse this week. What are we, what's going to be the result? What's happening? Like, what are we eclipsing in or eclipsing out? Or what might this show us? What might be affected by this eclipse? I'm very, very curious, you guys, because obviously I'm the one pulling it, and I have a Leo rising, and we're in all this Leo energy. So a lot of times when I do these Monday moods, the Wheel of Fortune, literally eclipse energy. The Wheel of Fortune, I think we got the Wheel of Fortune maybe last week. So something that started, it's continuing this change. It's continuing this shift. This week is continuing a shift. It's bringing us into a new space, a new place of being, a new timeline, a new path. But it's bringing what we want ultimately. And I do genuinely feel eclipses do that. They bring us, it's kind of like a timeline jump. Like, oh, you're trying to get here, here you go, right? Big things happen with the eclipses that help us, I feel, get where we're trying to go, or get things out of the way that don't need to be there anymore because we're trying to get somewhere specific. So the Wheel of Fortune, this is Jupiter energy. This is abundance. This is, I feel, good things, but it is the South Node eclipse. So we might have to be maybe letting go of a idea or something, or whatever the case may be, that might be getting in the way of us ultimately getting what we want. The Ten of Wands is at the bottom. So whatever feels like I got, not my circus, not my monkeys, whatever, that saying, it's like putting down little things that can accumulate to heavier things. What is a big deal? What's not a big deal, right? Like this is a 10, this is a 10. We're moving away from things that are just frivolous, not a big deal. Like that's not a big deal. I don't want that to be a big deal anymore. I don't want that to be an issue. I don't want to deal with that. We don't have to deal with that. Let's just put it down, because let's not stress ourselves out over this thing, because why are we holding on to it? It's helping us release something. It's helping us let go of something that is just not helpful to us moving forward where we want to go, where we're trying to go. So something is being released. There's an understanding like, yeah, why am I holding this when I could just let it go, and it would actually help things move more easily, more smoothly, more abundantly. So this eclipse is eclipsing something out of our lives that has been heavy. It can be an idea, it can be a mindset, it could be a block, it could be something that is just we're holding for no reason, and we don't need to hold it anymore because it's not who we are, and it's not helping us be who we are becoming. So that is your Monday mood. Eight of Swords, don't get in your head, right? Let it go, because it's helpful. It's beneficial to the overall cycle or shift that is occurring with this eclipse. That's your Monday mood. And bless. Have a great week. Just go with the flow. Let things be. Let it be revealed to you. And we will always be where we're supposed to be. That's how all this works, right? Be in the flow. Be in the flow. Be in the flow. See you guys next time. Bye.